Don't run away from it, because the more you run away from it, it's going to have generations of children. Yes. Just another year trauma, another year stress, another year worry. My loves, when you master your thoughts, as I help my clients with in my mind body method, we dig deep. We go in and we face the fears with gentle compassion. And we understand forgiving ourselves why we did all the ice cream, why we did all the procrastinating, because we fear the failure that we tell ourselves in our mind and in our bodies that's going to happen. Oh, it's going to happen. You're going to fail. She's going to hate that. We tell ourselves all that. We forgive ourselves in my method, my mind body method. We understand why what we didn't work, why we always did it, because it's comfortable, it's safe, it's what we know, it's predictable. And we think we are protecting ourselves by not dealing with our emotions. We think we are protecting ourselves by avoiding feeling the feeling of shame, fear, betrayal, resentment. Hello, hello, worthy woman. Happy days, happy days. Yes, you. This is especially for all my sisters. How are you? How's your day going? Oh, my stars. The new beginnings continue. Hey, hey, Sherry. How are you feeling today, my dear? Lovely to see you. Oh, yes, honey. I see the fire. I see the fire. I hope this life serves you. But let me tell you, negative thoughts is what we're talking about today. How do we stop them? How do we take back our lives? These negative thoughts are running around in our head, not paying rent, not paying the mortgage, not even buying groceries, not even going to the dollar store to buy a piece of cracker so they can feed us on something with some type of sustenance. All these negative thoughts are doing are running around in our head, trying to control us, the yappity yap, yap, yap. And for the most part, the negative thoughts that we have living in our heads, in our bodies eventually, and in our minds and in our souls are not positive. They are negative. So they're telling us things about ourselves, how we look, how somebody perceives us to look. If we said the wrong word, we should have said another word. Or look at how he looked at me. I wonder if that's what he's thinking, because he looked at me this way and not that way like he usually look at me. And I wonder what's happening. I don't know what's happening. Maybe that's I shouldn't talk to him, or did I take up the right color pen? And we have all these things running around in our mind. And here's the thing about negative thoughts. Whether you're black, white, orange, purple, green, pink, lavender, whether you're a man or woman, where you're from in the world, whatever your religion is, whatever food you like to eat, whether you're fat, skinny, in between, listen, tall, short, negative thoughts will introduce themselves to you because you're human. And if you're human, you're breathing, you may have had some type of experience along the way in your life. It does not necessarily have to be childhood trauma or physical abuse, but if you're breathing and you're human, you have encountered someone in your life who has done something, said something to you that has affected you in a negative way. You had an experience with that was negative, and so that sometimes feeds what we live and think and breathe about ourselves in the inner life. Something outside of us happened, whatever it was, your boss spoke down to you, he embarrassed you, as he did with one of my clients. One of my clients, his boss embarrassed him in front of the whole office, telling him, reprimanding him. That's disrespectful. That's a negative experience. One of my other clients dealing with physical abuse in her relationship, that's a negative experience. One of my clients, when she was a child, was bullied. That's a negative experience. So we all are living and breathing whatever it is that you have experienced. Another one of my clients dealing with a divorce, dealing with a bully, toxic relationship, marriage. She's going through that, almost wrapping it up. But that's a reality. So that's a negative experience that brings on thoughts and feelings for you again and again, because you're human, you're going to interact with them. You cannot run away from them. And here's the thing. The thing that you may have believed and you may not know is the thoughts that come usually to you are from an experience that happened in the past. Something happened, you had some type of experience, and that informs the way you think, you believe, the way you think. That informs you about how you see yourself, what you think about yourself, what you imagine people think about you. But here's a real secret that I'm not sure you may know this. The thoughts have since transformed into a feeling that lives in your body. I said it last week on the YouTube channel I have at rebelforaspell. I said it. Our bodies tell the truth about the secrets that we keep. Said it again. If this touches your spirit, put the comment below. I feel it. I feel it. Our bodies tell the truth about the secrets that we keep. So that experience you had with your boss, your husband, your children, the negative experience you have, has since transformed from a thought into a feeling that lives in your body. So when you say to me in our one-on-one sessions in my program that, and we drill down, I always drill down, tell me how you felt in your body. You tell me you feel a stabbing in your chest, you have diarrhea because you're stressed out, you're not sleeping, you wake up crying, your husband tells you you're crying in your sleep. All these things you're not aware of because that is a reaction that has lived and been memorized in your body as a result of all these years, maybe, of weeks, days, of having these thoughts that now have generations of children that are called emotional responses. One child said, you better not go do this thing. You better not go left when you normally go right because you know something's bad going to happen. Oh, you better not answer that phone call from so-and-so because you know something's going to happen. Fear. The next child says, oh, why you had to go and eat another slice of cake? Why can't you do better? Why can't you go to the gym? Why can't you do better? Judging you and blaming you. That's another child. So what I'm saying is all these emotional responses, all these negative things compound. They grow on each other and they become the worrying. They become the fear. They become the shame. They become all these things that are living inside our bodies that we think are thoughts, but they really are feelings that have been memorized in our bodies. And so what happens is, even without thinking about a thing, our bodies react. Our bodies react. My client, I told you about her last week, dealing with all the stress from work, and she was getting the hives. You go and look at that case study. I have it here on Instagram. She has getting all the hives on her skin. Her body was telling her, hey, something is not working out. All the stress and anxiety she was feeling manifested in the bumps on her skin, Her body was telling her the truth. And that was just a symptom of something greater. My loves, we are humans. And what we do is we get the signals, let's call them the signals, and we sometimes believe, let's go do something else. Oh, we can get rid of this. Let's go do what we normally do when we feel sad. What do? We go eat that ice cream, you go eat that pizza, get that wine, honey, get that wine, get that hug, get that feeling of not feeling uncomfortable. Because that's what fear, shame, regret, resentment, all those survival mode emotions, that's what we don't want to feel. Hey, Jacko. So we don't want to feel these emotions. So what do we do, women, men? What do? We go and try to quiet it down, distract ourselves with entertainment, with hanging out with friends, drinking the wine, watching another episode of Netflix, having the cake, working out 24/7, Yeah, go for a run, go walk in nature, go play with our dogs, try to get away from that feeling. And that right there is the biggest hurdle I tell all my clients in their healing. We are avoiding feeling a feeling that always shows up and interrupts our lives. We think it's a negative thought. We think it's a thought, but honestly, my loves, I need you to land this in your spirit. Let it land in your spirit. You are feeling your autopilot reaction to some negative experience you had in the past. It shows up whether you wanted to or not. So that glass of wine, that flirting you're doing with homeboy over here is not going to stop the truth about who you are, because it's going to be there all the time in your body. So that's why you have the sweating. When you get that call from your boss and you really don't want to talk to him, your body reacts even before you think about it. You're on autopilot. You know what I mean, autopilot, subconscious. You know how it is when you brush your teeth, you don't even remember you brush your teeth. You're just like, oh, I finished brushing my teeth, great. You go to your job, you go to the airport, someplace you normally go, and you don't even think about it. You just leave your house and you show up, bam, you're there, autopilot. Our bodies memorize those feelings so much that they become who we are. Who we are. And they show up whether we want them to or not. The feelings that we are running from because they are uncomfortable, we need to sit with them. Be brave enough to learn how to tolerate, sit with them. Become their friends slowly and surely, because they are very present in your life. As my client found, one of my clients, whenever she had to deliver a report, procrastination, she would put it off and put it off and put it off, because she was a perfectionist. She still is a perfectionist, and how she was raised was get everything absolutely correct. You better be a straight A student. And so for her, in her adult life, she would hold off and delay starting a project and starting to deliver it because she was afraid of not having the perfect project. So she would wait until the very last minute, 2 days, 3 days before, and she would be doing what? She would be pulling all-nighters, meaning she's at the job, just running home to get a shower and coming back to work. The stress, drinking all the coffee just to maintain presence of mind, just to maintain that energy, getting jittery at her job. She's doing this for 3 days, barely seeing her husband. They're like ships in the night, passing in the night. And she does this all the time, every time she has a project, because she wants it to be perfect. And for her, according to her, she performs best under pressure. Does this resonate with you? Let me know. If you look at this on the replay, if you know about procrastination, let me know, because many of us deal with it. We put off, we put off what makes us uncomfortable. We think we're gonna do it, but every time we think of it, we get the jitters. So what my client did, she actually used to hide the research material that she needed to prepare this report. She would hide them from herself. And then if a boss happens to mention it in a group meeting, then she's like, oh my gosh, I got to do this thing. So she's frantically now pulling it together, and she always, for some wonderful reason, she always delivered a very good report. So for her, there's nothing wrong with procrastination, because she delivers what her boss wants. But guess what happened between the delivery of the report and her running around like a chicken without a head? She got a cold sore. She has to present this report to the board. You know what a board is? Board of directors. So the people who are really the super people in charge of all things, they have to report to in her work. You have to report. That's the governance body of the company. So she is so stressed out. Here's the report, has to be delivered in 2 days. Here's where she hasn't even started it because she's hidden the thing. It's happened to me. Happened to me so many times. You have so many things going on, you forget. So she finally got it together. But in that 3-day window, she got the cold sore. She was barely seeing her husband because, ships in the night. He works a different shift than she does. She was running home to get something to eat. She was frantically pulling it together, not getting enough sleep. She wasn't eating right. And here's the other thing. The stress brought on diarrhea for her. Does that happen to you? Let's tell the truth here. We want to learn and grow from each other. When you're stressed out or nervous, super nervous, do you get diarrhea? Her stomach was acting up. There's no shame, honey. That's how we learn and listen to our bodies so we don't have that embarrassing experience. Here she has to present to the board, but she procrastinated with all the thoughts, all the thoughts. You don't need to do the report now. You got time, you could do it later. All the thoughts, all the thoughts. Because in the background of her mind, she was still trying to be super perfect as her parents wanted her to be when she was a child. I'm telling you, my loves, as I help my clients with, most of us want to be comfortable in a state that we're familiar with. We're not going to go and do something that we've never known, but that's the challenge of being an adult human. That's the challenge of being an adult human. If you know the truth that you're trying to hide and your body keeps showing up and telling you the headaches, the diarrhea, the sweatiness, the cramps in your stomach, the gas in your heart, the stabbing in your heart, and you're ignoring it because you don't like to sit with uncomfortable feelings of fear, of worry, you're hurting yourself even more. Because all the external fixes that you're trying to do, I did. Used to eat ice cream. You could not tell me, honey. I would chug that Haagen-Dazs ice cream like it was gonna be going off the market. I would never get it again for my life, and I would stand, put it in the microwave, and it felt so good to try to ease that shame from being abused as a child. Honey, that didn't fix anything. That's short term. You read them self-help books, you go do the running, that's not helping you long term because you are still you. The source of your energy, power, breath is still you. My loves, I help my clients. I help all my clients to not deny parts of themselves that make them uncomfortable. All of you is important to who you are. Not because your nose is this or your hair is this or your eyes are this or you think your brain is this and this happened to you, you're going to make yourself feel this small. You've got to love up on the parts of yourself that need the extra loving. Yes. We have to learn to sit with ourselves and get uncomfortable. Think about when you first started to drive. How did that feel? Did you know what you were doing? I know I started to drive. Listen, I'm from the islands, honey. We started to drive super early. You drive when you're 10 years old. Shh. Don't tell anybody. But let me tell you, we are wild and free. You live in the country. You do what you want. You may know what I'm talking about if you're from certain parts of the world. If you're in the country and that's what you do, that's what you do. 10 years old, you're driving a Jeep. You're driving a tractor. Picking up sugar cane. My loves, coming back to the story. The more we run away from ourselves because it's uncomfortable, our fear, our shame, the more you are hurting yourself in the long run. You are staying stuck. And those negative thoughts that I said before, they're not thoughts. They're now emotions that are living in your body. And every time you get a trigger, you get a smell from something in the oven that reminds you of somebody who hurt you. You see a car driving down the street like your ex. You're not thinking, oh my God, that's my ex car. Your body has already reacted first. It said, oh, you jump because you see that purple whatever Oldsmobile. We have to start at the core and be all right with telling ourselves the damn truth. We would like to appear a certain way because that's what the universe of all things would like us to be. It's more exciting when you show up with the makeup and you show up with all the things that people receive you as this rock star somebody, but that's the person you are appearing to be. That's you up here with the rock star look and the leather and whatever outfit you're wearing. And the person in your home, in your soul, you're crying in your sleep, you're eating the ice cream, and all these things because you're fearful of healing. You're fearful of dealing with the truth that your body tells you day in, day out. My loves, wouldn't it feel so good if you could just show up as your damn self inside here? If you can quiet the negative thoughts, that's what we need for you. So we stepped through it just now. We talked about why you get those negative thoughts, what and where they come from, and why they're so strong. Why they're so strong is they've lived with you all your life, and that's all you know, and you're comfortable. And like my client, the procrastinator, she was able to always work under pressure, and everything was fine. But she kept doing it and doing it and doing it. And so all the stress was killing her. All that diarrhea was messing up her stomach, messing up her intestines. She couldn't keep that up. Who can keep that up? We wear and tear our bodies because we fear the unknown of healing. Clients have said to me, listen, I really want to come and join your program, but I don't want to go touch that sore. I don't want to go touch that dark part of my life. My loves, for you to get from A to B, to drive to work, for you to become a parent, for you to become an adult, you have to go through stages of maturation. Yes, you have to become and transform. And in that process, you don't know what's going to happen on the other side, but you show up and you do the thing because you just have to do the thing until our healing becomes the next breath that you take. Until you, maybe I did it. I had to go through 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10 breaking points before I finally said, I can't keep this up. I can't keep this up. I need the healing. That's sometimes where we have to end up. My loves, when you master your thoughts, as I help my clients with in my mind-body method, we dig deep. We go in and we face the fears with gentle compassion. And we understand forgiving ourselves why we did all the ice cream, why we did all the procrastinating, because we fear the failure that we tell ourselves in our mind and in our bodies that's going to happen. Oh, it's going to happen. You're going to fail. She's going to hate that. We tell ourselves all that. We forgive ourselves in my method, my mind-body method. We understand why what we didn't work, why we always did it, because it's comfortable, it's safe, it's what we know, it's predictable. And we think we are protecting ourselves by not dealing with our emotions. We think we are protecting ourselves by avoiding feeling the feeling of shame, fear, betrayal, resentment. So we avoid it by doing all the coping. And so we keep doing that. So what I do with my clients, we clear that out and we accept and we receive that with love. We clear out that victim survival energy and we clear that out and just see it for what it is. Fear, shame, regret, resentment, procrastination. Can I tell you, my loves? Here's a big deal. Here's a secret. If this is touching you, my love, put it in the comment. I feel it. Here's what you don't know, may you not think about. That's just information. You have to choose to believe all of that is information that you can use to transform your life. It's information saying something is out of balance. Take a look at it, sit with it, learn from it. Don't run away from it, because the more you run away from it, it's going to have generations of children. Yes, just another year trauma, another year stress, another year worry, and you're going to be maybe like me, just getting wider and getting bigger and getting bigger, So I'm saying that's what I help my clients with, to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, to get comfortable with the shame and the fear, because all of that is a part of you. All of that is a part of you. It's an experience you've had, and it's a part of you, and it's okay to accept it. And then the next thing we do in the mind-body method, my one-on-one coaching program, we become the love of our lives. How do you do that? We create the new thoughts, the new emotions that we need through the vibrational work, through the meditation, through the vocal exercises, through the exercises we walk through diligently, and my clients commit to them, and it's fun stuff. We don't do any talk therapy over here in my one-on-one coaching program. No. I'm a certified life coach, healing coach. We do not do any talk therapy. The practices that we explore in the mind-body work, we connect the thoughts in the body and the feelings and the mind. We seriously, thank you, Jacko. It is so important. It's important. A lot of people don't talk about it. We connect our minds and our bodies, because I say it all the time. The negative thoughts that you have is not the thought up here. It lives in your body. Your body's now on autopilot. You don't have to think about it. You get that gut punch when you think about A, B, C, D. You don't consciously, you're not thinking, oh, there goes Jane. Your body's already reacting. So we clear out all that victim energy and we create the new elevated energy that you need. And here's the other part. You'll see it on my Instagram. My clients tell you, you embody that feeling that you really believe that you deserve. So that's what my clients ended up doing. She embodied the feelings and lived the emotions that she wanted to experience. So she stopped procrastinating. She understood that perfectionism and her fear of failure, of having a perfect report, was killing her, was ruining her stomach, her gut was being messed up, ruining her marriage, and that was not serving her. That was an unloving practice. Unloving. She loved herself enough to become greater than her fear of failure, of disappointing her boss. Nobody teaches you that, didn't teach me that in high school, in my family, in my upbringing, or my adulthood. Nobody sits and tells you these things. But our bodies tell us information, gives us information, and that's why I believe fear. I believe all these victim mode signals energy that we get, fear, worry, shame, regret, envy. That's information. You have to receive it as information. So to me, negative thoughts are not negative thoughts. They're feelings that your body is trying to communicate to you and saying, tap, 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 tap. This is the truth that you're trying to hide. You're showing the world this, but really you are down here. It's okay to be you. It's okay to see the truth. My loves, I hope this has helped you. How to stop the radio playing in your head or the yappa tap tap in your body, the antenna that's shifted position to your body, to help you stop the negative talk in your mind so that you can become the love of your life. You can have those dreams. You don't have to feel shameful about your secret desire, whatever it is. You just live your damn life. That's what we need for you. Wouldn't it feel good to not be second guessing yourself, to not be worrying about what Jane is thinking about you when you wear your green jacket or your purple lipstick? You don't give a care because you are finally showing up in the world as the woman, the man you are. Free. Oh, I would love that for you, my love. I would love that for you. Send me a message if you'd like to learn more about how I can help you. Tell me what you want us to talk about on Fridays Live. We're here 3 p.m. Eastern Friday, 3 p.m. on Instagram. Join us. Tell me, tell me, tell me. I'm here to serve you when your healing coach, your life coach for the rest of my life. I would love to see women and men. Hi, fellas. Step into their truest self. Forget all the external validation that we seek by dressing up a certain way, speaking a certain way. Just be yourself as long as you're not harming anybody. Reducing stress, reducing burnout, and living the life you love. I'll see you next time, Friday, 3 p.m. Bye.
Another video is waiting for you.